Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Mama Eve, and today's a good day. Today's a great day. Today have been a fabulous day. But what's more important? I know that today have been your day. Well, welcome back to this channel. If this is going to be your first time, I say welcome, welcome, welcome. Please share my videos. Give me some thumbs up. And if this is not your first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. Share my video. Give me some thumbs up. So let's see what's going on. Unikay, hi. Gigi, hello. The Divine Prosperity. Thank you. We miss. Yes, I had a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful trip. Astoria, great to see you. Great to see you too. Sunshine. My trip was it was good. It was interesting. Um, but it was good to get away for a minute. I am truly, truly ready for the next one. So back to work. Um, happy to be back to work. You get used to seeing people. I have some of the best customers in the world, some of the best clients in the world. And oh, my eye keep jumping. My right eye keep jumping, which means something fantastic is about to happen. Okay. All right. Now tomorrow I'll be there from 11:30 to 2. I will be out of the store after 2 o'clock. So try to do it 11:30, 12 o'clock. All right. Yes. Yes. Woo. Yes. Well, I had already told y'all that we was bringing a lot of teenagers, which was quite interesting learning experience for me. Um, but they had fun, and that's all that mattered. We had three that graduated this year from high school, so we this was a time of celebration. So I think this year, oh yeah, wait a minute, no, this year I have one one this year coming up, and then I have a break. I think for a year. Then I think it's two more. I can't keep it together with all these grandkids. Butterfly, I am doing great. Trying to get back and in sync with things, and I still haven't totally unpacked yet. But I wanted to get on yesterday, but I was still doing some running around. And by the time I looked at the clock, it was a little bit too late. So I said, well, I'm going to make a conscious effort to come on today on this wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. For some, you may say, oh, what's so wonderful about it? Well, we're here. We're breathing, our hearts are beating, and we're here. So it's a wonderful Wednesday. And it's a wonderful Wednesday for me because guess what? You're here hanging out with me for just a little bit because my day is not over by far. I have evening readings to do tonight. I do need to apologize for something. And that is the class. You are built for this. Do you not know? I totally, totally forgot about that class because that was the day before I left. And everybody was here at the house. I mean, we had people downstairs, people upstairs. We had people everywhere. I had the family. So I totally, totally forgot. And I thought about it like 2 days later while when I was gone. And I said, oh my goodness, I totally forgot that class. But I am going to make it up. That class is going to be held on Saturday, this Saturday, for those that had already paid. Plus, I'm going to be sending everyone that was registered for that class a special personal gift from me saying, please accept my apology. It was just so much going on, and I should have timed it better, but I didn't. So I do apologize, but I'm going to make it right for all those that had prepaid and scheduled their time to hang out with me in that class. And once again, on Saturday at 6:00 p.m., I'm going to be doing the class. Then also on Sunday, I believe it's at 5. Y'all check this out. The next class, which is reading candles, jars, wax, that is going to be this coming Sunday at 5:00. If you did not secure your desk, go ahead over to the website, and tomorrow would probably have to be the cutoff, maybe Friday. All right. So secure your spot for that. So many times people come in and say, well, my candle turned black, the glass turned black, the jar broke. Okay, this is your perfect opportunity to get some insight of why these things may happen. So go head over to the website and book that class. All right. Let's see here. Oh, thank you. I am doing fine. So listen, my time is limited tonight because being away, there are some emergency readings that I have to do this evening. And so I'm probably going to be up half the night. So what I wanted to do is to come in because I missed Tuesday tea. And I wanted to just briefly, if you have your little notebook that a lot of you have had with this channel with my name on it, or your book of shadows, or whatever it is that you call it, go get that and a pen and a pencil, because I'm going to show you real quickly how to set up an altar if you only have a small space to work with. All right. Oh, thank you, Stone University. One of my grandsons met somebody from Minnesota, and they was buddies on the cruise ship. Yes. And I said, this is the first time I ever physically met anybody from Minnesota. So y'all go get you some paper and a pen. And if you're not catching this live now, please spread the word. I know some people will replay it. They'll catch it. Thank you. BYS, thank you for the hearts. They will replay these videos or catch up with me. Generally, I say, okay, let's try to get at least 25, 30 people. But tonight, because of the restriction of my time, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do this altar if you have a small space to work with. And you know what? A lot of times you can have a large space, but you just want something private. So today I chose one of my favorites to work with, and that is St. Jude. St. Jude. And this is just one that I chose out of many. All right. So it's not that you have to, I'm not suggesting that you do set up your altar to St. Jude, because you may be using This could be an ancestor altar. This could be a money altar. This could be an altar to Alegbad or Sacred Heart of Jesus or Our Lady of Guadalupe. It could be any person or any deity or any spirit. I say person because it could be an ancestor altar that you want to set up. So this is just a idea. Hey, Amani, missed you. Hey, Yama Shun, Yama Shun, Didi. Hey, Didi. Okay, so this is just an example. Okay, I think I have a video about it, but I just wanted to come over this again because this is something not only do I want to show you, but this is something that this is I don't want to say an issue, but this is something that I deal with quite often with my customers and my clients when they don't have the ample space to put out a big altar, but they want an altar or they need an altar. So this is what I tell them to do. All right. The first thing that I love that we're going to use is one of these. And my birthday coming up, and I love Skechers. Okay. I love Skechers. All right. So this is the first thing that I want you to get. Doesn't necessarily have to be a shoe box, but the reason why I like shoe boxes is because you don't have to worry about a top most of the time. Sometimes they still have tops to go on them, but the top, if you have a shoe box, the top will always fit. All right. So this is one thing that I would suggest, that you do not have to the shoe box is what you use, but you don't have to use that. You can go to the dollar store and get boxes. All right. Let me see here. I was trying to read this. All right. Few TV dinner stands. Yes. Yes. You can also use TV dinner stands. I use them all the time. I have them here at the house. I have them at the shop because to me, they're just perfect size. And if you wanted to, you could take them down and you could put them back up, and it's not complicated. Okay. But today we have my Skechers box. Now, this is what I suggest. You find a color. Generally, the saints, the angels, the deities, they are associated with a day, a color, and feast day and offerings. So with St. Jude that I chose, his color mainly is green. However, if you don't know, he's the patron of impossible cases, impossible situations. And what I would use if I did not have green, my next choice would be rainbow color or 7 colors, because you may have a difficult situation as far as your finances go, or your love life goes, or your health goes, or for protection, anything that's difficult for it to, your enemies is difficult. It's a difficult situation. Your co-workers is a difficult situation. The 7 colors would help manifest any of those things in that 7 color. But I would not use a 7 color that have black. This is a little bit off the subject, but even with like the 7 powers, which we think that is just It's just Yemiya, Obatala, and Shango, and well, there's many seven powers. All right, but even with Golden Mother, even with Santa Morte, there's a seven color associated with her, but she has the color black in it. All right. I would not get that one. But if you have material that had the seven colors, like the rainbow colors, that would be absolutely beautiful for your little altar box. Also, you can never, ever, 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 ever go wrong with white. White is a universal color. So if you can't get green, you can definitely get a white cloth. And as long as it is clean, as long as it does not have to be new, but as long as it's clean, and I'm going to tell you how you can spiritually cleanse things, right? You can use it. But time's sake, I have green. I have a whole bunch of material in this box here, but I have green, so that's what we're going to use. Okay. So another thing is try to always choose things that would associate with whatever kind of altar you're setting up. I'm missing something. Oh, I see it. Okay. So for instance, let's think of Saint Lazarus. Okay. So on his altar, you would do things that associate with him. So what I did was I chose a few things that would relate to the altar that I'm setting up. Yes, you could use purple. Absolutely. Purple, any of the seven colors. It could be a rainbow, or it can be purple. It can be red. It can be green, white, pink. Okay. So first things first, gather up stuff, gather up items that would associate with whatever type of altar. For instance, if I was setting up an ancestor altar, I would probably use white cloth, and I would kind of think about family stories, or things that you heard, or things that you remember. If I remembered that grandma liked peppermints, then I would get some peppermints. Or maybe grandma smoked, or maybe grandma had a favorite animal. I might get a picture of that type of animal. I might collect pictures. If it's not about grandma, it could be about the whole family. And that's a whole nother story about the ancestor altars, because I don't understand. Let me put it like this. Only people that should be on the ancestor altar is those that have expired. Okay. So we don't put living souls on an ancestor altar. Okay. Yes, that's right. Pipes. Granddad smoked a pipe. So you might want to start gathering up this stuff, these items to put in your little space altars. Okay. Chocolate turtles, perfect example. So you think, so it do take a little bit of thought. You just don't want to throw stuff in your altar, whether it's a mini altar or it's a full-fledged, beautiful 5-foot altar. You put a little bit of thought in it. And remember, you can always add to an altar. You can always add, always. Okay. So I got some things here that I'm going to be putting on the altar. I got a little St. Jude candle, which I love these little candles because it have the prayer. Okay. It have the prayer in English and Spanish. All right. I'm going to be putting some little cones. I don't want the sticks, even though the sticks would have fit in here. I'm going to be using the cones. I'm going to be putting in this box or this altar a key. I'm going to be storing his oil. I also have some blessed water I'm going to put in. I'm going to add, of course, the statue, but I have here one of a locket, St. Jude locket. All right. And I can open it. And if I can write small enough, I can put my petition in here, or I could put a picture of myself. Right. Also, when I was getting the things together, the items together, I heard this, a green stone. All right. And a prayer card. All right. These are just some of the things. Oh, I almost forgot one of the most important things here. I'm going to be using a green cross candle. Green cross candle. Right. This was just some of the items that I chose to show you. Doesn't mean that you have to use the same thing. I just really wanted to give you an idea. Okay. Yes, I do have those lockets. All right. Yes. All right. So the first thing you're going to do is always cleanse your stuff. Always cleanse your items. How do you cleanse it? Simply, you can use Florida water to spray, but you have to be careful with something like a box because you don't want it soggy and you don't want it wet. So, what would be a solution to that? Oh, I forgot something here too. I'm going to put this in the box. So, what would be a solution? If you want to spray, I would spray the material. I would not soak it, but I would spray it lightly with my Florida water. All right. Or you can get, because we have some St. Jude Colonial. That's what it's called. But it comes in a bottle almost like this, but it has St. Jude's picture. So you can put it in a little spray pump and spray not just the material, but lightly. 1800. Yes, you could use 1800. You could use 4700. You could use any cleansing, spiritual cleansing that you have, but this is just what I would do. I wouldn't necessarily, don't soak your box, but lightly spray your material. Now you can line your box using a glue or just like this, neatly. This is not neat. Okay. Or you can leave it just like it is. In case you want to remove the things, you can have the material in there so that you can, for instance, you're home by yourself and you're in a room by yourself and you want to set up your altar. So you can remove the items out, and then when you finish, you can put them back in your box, close it up, and wait for next time. All right. Or you can use an incense. And remember, relatable items. Relatable items. So if I'm going to be using this for St. Jude, I would use frankincense and myrrh, corporal. I can use benzoid. I can use just myrrh. Um, I can use rose. Saint Jude is strawberry. I can use strawberry incense. All right. Um, any type of pine. You can use pine. You can use cedar. You can use Palo Santos. You can use sage. Just to cleanse your items, cleanse your box. All right. And if you want to go a step further, you can definitely anoint your hands with the oil when you're putting the altar together. All right. You can also um, use not just the oil, but the cologne. You can use the Florida water on your hands, the blessed water or the holy water on your hands, the anointing oil on your hands when you're doing this, because what we have to do is change this from physical to spiritual. If we don't do that, then we just have a box full of stuff. All right. We just got to catch me all, as I used to call it. Catch me all, if you don't know, it's like a place where you just throw everything. It's a place where it just catches everything. All right. We don't want no catch me alls. We want a sacred place for our sacred items. All right. So even if I wanted to put a Bible, St. Jude is right before Revelations. All right. In the New Testament. Right? Not too many. It's 25 verses in St. Jude, in the book of Jude. 25 verses. All right. So you might want to make a copy of those 25 verses, or the book of Jude. That is, don't forget, it's right before Revelations in the Bible. For those that say, it's right before Revelations. Okay. All right. So now we have all of our items. We have our box cleansed, and what we're going to do is we're going to say a prayer or meditation, whatever you do, over all of the items that you're going to place on this altar. All right. We're going to, whatever. I'm not going to give you what I'm saying. Say it from your heart. Okay. Because you know why you need this altar, or you want this altar, or you desire this altar. It's not for the world. This is for private. This is private. Okay. Now you can have family altars. Absolutely. You can have community altars. Absolutely. All right. So what I would do is, if I'm going to use this, that is a stationary small space altar. That means I'm not going to be withdrawing the things out. I'm just going to be leaving the things in. All right. I will put my St. Jude statue in there. Let me see. It's kind of hard. Okay. Let me see. All right. All right. It's kind of hard to do. All right. Let me see. Because y'all know I'm not the best. Okay. All right. Then what I would do, now you have to be safe with this. Okay. You can also set your items in. Oh, I wish I had a camera so that y'all could see this. I would just set everything in. Set everything in. Now you can, because sometimes with some of the deities, if they have a particular color, what I suggest is you do the outside of the box as well as the inside of the box. So for instance, if you're doing let me think of one. If you're doing St. Clair, which her colors is brown, gold, and white, you might want to um, get you some paper and do your whole box on the inside if you choose, but you don't have to. All right. So what I would do with the other, because I have two pieces of material here, which is felt. You can get these right from the dollar store. Okay. I would do the lid and I would put his picture on the material like this. And you can definitely use a picture. You don't have to use a prayer card. Remember, this is yours. You're not going to, even if you think you're going to mess up, you're not going to mess up. Okay. So I would take me a little bit of glue or a little bit of hot glue or a little bit of tape and tape it on like this and put it in the lid. Can you put it on the outside? Absolutely. This is your thing. This is your thing. All right. Then I'm going to put my key in. I'm going to put my green stone in. I'm going to put my money. Now, this is fake money. Okay. So, what I'm going to do, if I have a financial situation that I need settled, I'm going to write that petition out. I'm going to say that prayer. I'm going to write the prayer, St. Jude prayer, and I'm going to put it on the altar. Okay. I'm going to put the oil on the altar and the incense. All right. Now, if you noticed, I left out the green candle and I did it for a purpose, for a reason. Once I close my box, I'm going to get also some full, or I'm going to get me a saucer. Okay. And what I'm going to do, if you look in the descriptions, I left a wonderful poem for everybody, a encouraging word for everyone. Okay. If you don't want to use that and you personalize it, okay, where it say you say me. I'm not going to quit. I won't quit. Okay. So I would take a saucer and I would burn the cross on the top of my altar. I would do that. Okay. Not every day. Not every day. Maybe on Tuesdays, or maybe on Thursdays, or maybe on Sundays. I would burn the cross candle, the crucifix. It's not the crucifix because the crucifix have, let me see, supposed to, oh, I see. It's supposed to be a crucifix. I'm going to say it's a cross because I can't see it clearly. All right. I would invest in a few of these. And they also come in red, white. I've seen them in purple. All right. But I have green. So that's what I would use. All right. All right. Now, if I'm going to use my goodies for an altar that I'm going to take out of my small spot, my small box, my small space, I would do it almost the same way. I would set this out on a table, on the TV tray, on my dresser, but just make sure that you take and you cleanse that area. And remember, we always ask to change the space from physical to spiritual. I would set the cloth out. The cloth, everything is already clean. So we can still do that. All right. I would set my statue out. And some people say, well, I've heard this too. I've heard a little bit of everything. Well, you're worshiping a graven image. We're not worshiping anybody, we're honoring. Okay. Right? We honor our veterans because God knows they deserve it. Right? We're not worshiping them, but we honor them. All right. So I would pull out my candle, set it on my cloth, take out my incense, set it on my cloth. I would take out the oil, anoint my hand before I do anything. All right. Take my green stone out, set it on the cloth. Mama, what is the key for? Anything that's impossible that I need unlocked. Period, point blank. Because once I keep this on the altar and I'm praying and I'm believing, I'm going to put this in a bag and I'm going to carry it. I'm going to put it on a chain and I'm going to wear it. I'm going to stick it on my refrigerator. So every time I go in my refrigerator, I see it to activate my faith. All right. Situation about money. I need some money to come quickly. I need some money right away to pay my bills or whatever it is. All right. I have the petition on the back. You can also go to the dollar store and get you some artificial money, but the money should look like money. Please, no purple, no red, no green, no monopoly money. Okay. They do have some money. It may not be the same size as our currency, but it looks like it or very similar. There is places like we don't have any, I don't think now, but there used to be places like Party City and things like that where you can get money that's not real, but it looks like it's real. All right. And what you would do is write your petition right on that. Because remember, we that asked that we change everything from physical to spiritual. So no matter what we do on this altar, no matter what we say, it changes from physical to spiritual. So we're trying to manifest some money. No, it's not real, but in the spirit realm, we are believing this is going to be a tool that we can use to help manifest whatever it is we're trying to manifest. All right. The locket, I would keep the locket and I would go to this altar 7 times straight in a row every day, 7 days, 7 days at first. After those 7 days, this should be consecrated. This should be consecrated, okay? When you go to an altar, it's just like when we go to church. It's not for play. This is for serious matters, okay? We don't go just to show off or to say, hey, I'm going up there today because they call it the altar. You go there, bearing your heart and your soul, having faith and believing, okay? So with the necklace, I would leave it in the altar, leave it on the altar, whether it's on the table or in my box for the 7 days at first. Burning my candles, burning my incense, even the stone. How lovely would this bag be if I have my key and my stone in my bag? And now guess what I have? I have a mojo bag, a Gris bag. Okay? I have a bag now. Right? But the bag will have to be fed. How will we feed it? With his oil. Put a few drops of his oil on here. Run it through the incense. All right. So that is a way that you that don't have a lot of space. You don't have a lot of space, and maybe you do, but you don't want people in your business. All right. When you finish with everything, you just close it up. It looks like this. Put it in a respectable place, whether it's up on top of a closet or put it somewhere that the kids or the grand youngins won't be playing with it. Then you can pull it out whenever you want to. You can pull it out as often as you want to. Put it back. If you wanted to stay stationary, yes, there have been clients that really needed an altar, but they have animals, and I showed them how to do this. Put it in a box. Put it in the box so that you don't have to worry about your animals getting into it. Okay? Especially if it's candy in there and it's different things that some, animals would mess with. Right? So you don't have to have, it's a myth, it's not true, it's a lie that you have to have a big, large, beautiful place. You have to have a whole room to have an altar. Yes, that's you can. But I don't want it to restrict you because you don't have the space. All right? I don't want it to restrict you. If you really want to set up an altar, I'm going to be doing a class. One of the classes is I'm going to be showing you how to do different types of altars in one of the Zoom classes in the academy. Different types. All right. So I hope this video helped you just a little bit. Thank you. Let's see. I spray and cleanse using Florida water. Yes, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. She said she have a ankh on the ancestor altar. Okay, and that's beautiful. But I don't want to get too much into it. But I will say this: an ancestor altar is for your ancestors. It's not necessarily for you. Why am I saying this? Because I had a young man come in and he wanted an ancestor altar. So he had chose so many things, beautiful things to go on this altar. And he said, "Well, Mama, what else can I get?" I said, "So, um, your grandma, granddad, your aunties, they practice a certain practice." He said, "No, they was Christians. Matter of fact, granddaddy was a pastor." I said, "You know what? As much as I want to sell you this whole counter full of stuff, put it back." He said, "What?" I said, "Because the altar is not for you. The altar is for them." I said, "So you may let's think about this a different way. They're not going to know what this stuff is. Get what is familiar. If they was hard heavy into the church, they was pastors, they was missionaries, and all of that. Let's change our focus of what we want to put on that altar and ask the question and answer the question, what would they put on the altar? What would they put on the altar?" And that's what now you do have families that practice a lot of things and a lot of generations, so that would be okay to mix it up. Say for instance, you have some that worship they not worship, they worship God, but they practiced some of them may have practiced Druidism. Okay, so how would you do that? Okay, then you put something in there for everybody. But remember, when you set up the ancestor altar, it's not about you, even though you're doing it, but you're paying respect to those that's on that altar. Okay, I'm allergic to corn. All right, I'm allergic to bananas. So if somebody was setting up me an altar, I don't want no corn. I don't want no bananas on that altar. All right, I don't want those things because in this lifetime, you won't see me eating those things. All right. So let's keep mindful that the altars, no matter what type of altar is, it is for whoever that altar is or whatever that altar is. And it does not have to be a person. You can set up a lucky elephant altar. Okay. So what we can put coins in there. But you always remember that the tusk goes up, not down. We could put a horseshoe in there. Hey, guess what? We could put some peanuts in it. All right. So there is you whatever altar you're setting up, just please be mindful that that altar is for whoever you're honoring, and it's not for you, even though you're doing it. Okay. Hey Donna, is there any questions about any questions at all about the video, about setting up the altar? And maybe you don't have a question. Maybe you have something to say. Maybe you have a comment. Does anybody have anything to say? Any comment about what we talked about tonight? All right. So I'm ready to start part 3 of my day. I got to go out, then come back, and then be on reading duty tonight. Okay. I just want to let y'all know that I love you. I appreciate you. Know that my birthday is coming up in a few days, y'all. My birthday. So I'm going to be checking my P.O. box every day. Every day. All right. Starting maybe Saturday. All right. So don't forget, if you have already secured your spot for the Zoom class, you were built for this. It will be on Saturday at 6 o'clock. You should have already received your code. Okay. Sunday, reading candles, wax, and jars. Go ahead over. I'm going to let it stay until Friday. I'm going to keep it open till Friday to secure your spot for that. Okay. It's Sunday, I believe, at 5. All right. I'll let you know. I try to let you know tomorrow. If it's not 5, I'll let you know tomorrow. All right. Also, coming up soon, I'll be in Chicago. I'm going to be doing a conference in Chicago. All right. So everything has been secured. I am going to be, it's 3 days in Chicago. All right. I'll give y'all more information about that. It's not no time soon. So we wanted to give you ample time so that if you in Chicago, you can adjust your schedule. If you want to come with me, you have time to plan. All right. So Chicago, here I come. All right. And the name of the conference is Amani, Operating Under the Anointing. That's what it is. Operating Under the Anointing. And it's a 3-day conference in Chicago. All right. Look what the Lord has done. Look what the Lord has done. That's all I can say. I'm so grateful. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for you know what? I have to thank YouTube. Let's let's be real. I have to thank YouTube because if it wasn't for YouTube, I would not have met all of my wonderful community. Also, I am going to be doing a community working real soon. Okay, real soon. Right now, we just try to knock out things and not trying to do too many things at one time. But I'm going to be on alert. Be on alert that I'm going to be doing a community working real soon because I keep being asked. All right. And y'all know when y'all keep asking me to do something, it seems like I can't say no. Y'all got the juju on me, right? And I'm only playing. I'm only playing. I'm only playing. I have no problem with telling people no. Okay. So I'm gonna get off of here and y'all enjoy the rest of your evening, the rest of your night. Just know that I'm back. Book your readings. Go ahead over there and book your readings. And I look forward to talking to you again. Get those altars made. All right? Get those altars made. And then send me some pictures. That's beautiful. Send me some pictures. Make yourself an altar and then send me some pictures. And didn't forget, anybody interested in becoming a part of the spiritual family, you can just email Me your address, your email address. We have quite a few. We have quite, I have quite a few that have already um, did that. Did that. I'm going to be selecting in November. And I'm looking forward to that because, baby, I've seen some powerhouses here. And if you're not a powerhouse, stick around, you will be. Okay. So, love y'all much. Appreciate you. Love my community. I have the best community in the world. All right. Y'all get yourself together for Chicago, and we're going to have a great grand time. You'll hear more about it. You'll hear, I promise you, you'll hear, and it's ample time for you to buckle down and come on and hang in Chicago with me. All right. Love you, love you, love you. I only got one other thing to say, and that is kisses. Mwah.